Howdy everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Debauchery Circus campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM, and joining me around my virtual table today are Brandie, Steven, and Brie. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Junior should be with us later on, so we'll just keep going until he gets here. Now, before we get into tonight's episode, we do have a few announcements, starting with the first of our two sponsors for today's show, Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right in your web browser. You can build yours today at heroforge.com. Our second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. You can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring, removing the background entirely, or even putting your favorite picture as your background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find the referral link in the chat and show descriptions. Last but not least, this Wednesday is our next episode of Magi Knights Awakening, which we are calling the Dreams of Infinity. We're going to be playing at 6 p.m. Central Time this Wednesday, and it should be a lot of fun, so come and check us out. And you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV and on Twitter as @random_rhapsody. And that's going to do it for the announcements. So join us as we dive into the world of Loroupa and continue on with the adventures of the Debauchery Circus. And we're back. So when we last left off, the Debauchery Circus was battling against a gold dragon who had once been Corrin's teacher back at the Institute Arcanum. As the fight continued on, the dragon had noticed Corrin and Tomas examining the controls to the arcane device that the cult had used during the ritual. And in response, he had melted it all down to slag, while Elegy rode the beast like a bucking bronco. Through a combination of magic, muscle, and a lot of leaves, the dragon was finally brought down, though not without cost. The dragon had managed to distract the heroes while the ritual magic reinvigorated the Dreaming Tree, whose sprouting was beginning to tear the world asunder through its growth. Thanks to the arcane understanding of Corrin, he was able to determine that the group could utilize the dream seed they'd been carrying around all this time, along with the gems embedded in their flesh, to connect with the tree and control the way it grew, potentially saving millions of lives in the process. This allowed the group to guide the changes that were happening all throughout Loroupa, forever changing the landscape of the world they lived on. And so, Debauchery Circus. With the Loroupa saved, your attention was turned toward the great set of doors that had been burned into the wall at the far side of the chamber. The explosion of the Dream Seed has revitalized all of you, restoring both health and magic as it dissolves away. You all stand and ready yourselves as the doors begin to open, presumably leading into the dream realm itself. But before we get into all that, a question comes to each of your minds. And that question is, what is your biggest pet peeve? And, let's see, since Corrin, you're the one who rolled, why don't you go ahead and go first?
I was in school for way too long not to have this as a pet peeve, but it is people who do not treat their books with care. So if I see you like ticking a book, flipping it over on its like the pages and just laying it there, but like breaking the spine or like flipping over the side of the page, dog-earing it to bookmark instead of using an actual bookmark. You and me don't have words.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Elegy, how about you?
I think maybe probably not getting her name right.
Get him.
What's that, LG? I couldn't hear you.
I mean, because it's not like she changed her name all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should know it's Elegy the Dragon Rider right now. You have to say
exactly.
Elegy the Dragon Rider. That's true.
LG King of Drogo?
Okay. Ichabod, how about you?
I feel like his is kind of obvious, and it's when people run away from fights. I hate that.
Dimension Door.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, whenever our enemies do anything, like my patience is so short. So when they're like delaying the inevitable by running away, it's like now I have to kill you later instead of killing you right now, and that's really irritating. I don't have time.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, Debauchery Circus. The doors are opening, and from the crack you can see a massive great eye looking out from it, along with millions of tinier ones that you can all see behind and below and above the thing. You really have three choices here as you're all kneeling there next to Tomas, trying to wake him up and get him back to consciousness. Do you wait here? Do you and see whether and what comes out from the door? Do you go through the door and face it inside what you presume to be the dream realm? Or, I mean, I guess you could always just peace out and run away, leaving this to be somebody else's problem. But
what about closing the door?
I don't think that's really going to be possible right now. The thing seems to be opening on its own, regardless of what you're all doing. And you're all just right now standing about this large open chamber.
So is Tomas getting up?
Tomas, you like... I remember last session you were on your knees trying to wake him up. His eyes are kind of fluttering in and out of consciousness right now.
Yeah, I gave him 20 of my lay on hands.
Yeah, that's right. So his eyes are starting to open right now, and like it's clear that his eyes are coming into focus. It's just taking him a second.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he is there as well, and starting to come to. But like I said, the door is opening. Are you going to go through it? Are you going to wait here and see what comes out? I doubt, Ichabod, you would leave this to be somebody else's problem. But
it'd definitely be better to fight it here than fight it in the dream realm, where it's probably the strongest.
Ichabod's already walking towards the door. I'm like, oh, Tomas is fine. I'm already going.
Okay. Well... So, what again? So you're going to wait until the thing comes out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, my plan, my vote was to go through the door. I already fought something in this room. I need a change of scenery.
You already fought something in the dream realm too, and you complained about it the entire time.
And I'll continue to complain about it in the dream realm.
So it sounds like you're all heading into, or at least Ichabod is striding towards the door.
I was gonna say we're having a disagreement here. We're not solid on anything here.
Okay, that's fine.
Elegy, what do you think? You want to stay here?
I mean, fight here, fight there. It
It's all
doesn't
the
really
same to
matter.
me.
Yeah, I could just as easily go there. Why delay what's gonna inevitably happen anyway?
Who said anything about delaying it? I just don't want it to be in the realm where it came from, where it's probably stronger.
Mm-hmm. I just want it to be like fun and epic and awesome, and that's why I want to go to the dream realm.
Matt, can I, do I know if it would be stronger in the dream realm?
Go ahead and
Can
make
I
an
hazard a
Arcana
guess?
check. Yeah, let's hazard
yeah.
a guess.
29.
29. You would assume that in the dream realm where it comes from, it probably has more control over the environment, being that it's from that realm and has been there for so long. You're not sure what effect it could have on the natural plane, the prime material plane that you're on right now. It could be that he might be weaker there. You estimate that with that 29, at the very least, he wouldn't have the same control over the environment that he would inside the dream realm. And knowing that he has that control in the dream realm, your mind is just going through all the possibilities of things that somebody called the dreamer, somebody who has power over dreams and over nightmares, things that they could do in that sort of space. But at the same time, you also can know that him coming out into the material plane is a wild card. He might have the exact same abilities in the prime plane. He might have completely different ones. So you know for a fact what he can do in that realm. You're not quite sure what he would be able to do in the prime. So there's a gamble either way, but I feel like you can judge based off that which one would be safer for you.
Look, we are not going to a place where he could show you before your very eyes all your children like being maimed and killed like over and over again.
Yeah, I'd rather see the image of that than have him come here and have it actually happen.
They're not here.
And on the material plane, they are here.
Yeah, but they're not like here. We're gonna kill him here.
Elegy, what do you think?
You already asked her that. She
know,
doesn't care. She is attempting to not have to decide.
I know. I'm just like, well, it's just boring.
I mean, because it's honestly a crapshoot either way. Like,
yeah, I want to go where I know what powers he has.
But you don't. I do.
What? He just said it's a crapshoot when he's on the material plane, and that you don't know what
to
powers
me.
dude, let's just go through the door.
Alright.
That was my vote, so yeah.
Okay. Well, with 2 votes to step through the door, Tomas kind of grinds his spear into the ground and pushes himself up, shaking his head a little bit. He did not get the same boost that the rest of you all did at the end of the last session. So he's not nearly as healed up, but he is still like conscious, and honestly, like his hit points aren't terrible.
Yeah,
so
it's just the missing spells. And stuff.
Just his missing spell slots. So he looks to you all and he says, "Well, I guess this is really it, isn't it? We doing this thing?"
They want to go through the door. I'm going to follow them. You can make your own choice. Nobody will fault you if you stay behind.
He thinks to himself, and so personally, because he's an NPC, if you all want to fight him, the four of you, and not have the NPC as part of the battle, I'm fine with that.
Oh, no, Tomas.
No, he can come along. I was just, that was just a character thing of, hey, I understand that you're, hurting right now, and so.
Oh no, I get that. This is me, the GM, talking to you, the players. If you feel like having an NPC in the final battle would lessen it for you, I'm happy to leave him behind.
I don't care.
Not at all.
Okay.
I've dealt with actual DMPCs before.
I don't do that.
Put my hands on his shoulders, and I say, Tomas, this is it. So if you understand the risks that you're taking, I'd love to have you by my side. I'd feel a lot better.
He the halfling kind of stretches a little bit and cracks his neck, and he says, "Well, if nothing else, this is gonna make an amazing freaking report. Let's do this thing."
All right, make sure you take a lot of notes.
First off, though, let me see something.
Are you doing all right, Tomas? You need more healing?
Yeah, I was gonna pump a couple hands of healing into him if he needs it.
I won't say no to a little extra healing.
Everybody else is healed up. So
the cat wants to join the final battle.
Yep.
So there, give him 10.
10. Okay.
10. How's he looking now?
Definitely better. Not completely healed, but you can definitely see a fading to a lot of the bruising he has.
I know this is kind of gruesome to ask this, but do members of the organization have like a black box function on like their journal or something?
Unfortunately, no, we really don't.
Okay. Oh well. Not like people could probably get it back anyway if we all die in the dream realm.
You're not wrong there. He's looking 90% better. Let's just say that way.
Cool.
Elegy.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do one more. There, 4 more.
Okay.
just look.
Yeah, because that still gives me quite a bit of key points. Plus, I got my belt still.
That's fair.
Ooh, I'm gonna cast Aid on myself, Corrin, and Tomas. Sorry, Elegy. You don't need the extra hit points.
Does that give us 5 extra?
Yeah, into your max.
Yep. Blaznir doesn't get it either.
Yeah, sorry, Blaznir. Having a moment with Tomas, so
5 extra hit points.
Yep.
Okay. I'm looking through Tomas's stuff. Basically you have like a minute until the doors open and are able to jump through. So I'm just taking a little bit of a light stock on what he has.
I'm looking over at Ichabod to make sure he's wearing that stupid, ugly, gaudy-ass ring that I gave him.
Yeah, I'm like fidgeting with it idly in my hand. I don't even notice.
Fair enough. Somebody still has Blaznir's character sheet available to him. Right?
Oh, yes, I do.
Good. Okay.
Blaznir, let's see.
Hey, I'm gonna hand a scroll to Tomas because I'm pretty sure he can use it.
Okay.
It's Fireball.
Oh. Ha. He kind of grins and seeing that. He's like, oh yeah, I can use this, no problem.
What do you want me to do with Blaznir's sheet?
Just make sure he has access to, or that you have access to it for the fight until he gets here.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if there's any spells that he would preemptively cast, but if you have anything, if you see anything like that, you're welcome to do so.
No.
Nope. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. Nothing I'm seeing too crazy, so that's okay. Okay. Well, with that, as you're all gathering yourselves together, getting ready to step through, you see that the remaining dream seed that has been sending that energy arc burning into the wall, creating this door, the energy ceases as the door is fully completed and spreading wide to open. You're all standing there in front of this massive door, looking inward to see nothing on the other side but darkness. But that's fairly familiar to you as well, as you have walked through the dream portal once before, or at least a dream portal. And so, all of you standing side by side, Ichabod, very righteous in his decision. Corrin second-guessing everything. Blaznir thinking to himself that he probably should have prepared different spells. Elegy just probably chill and ready to go. While Tomas has his book in one hand, his spear under one arm, and making a final note. You all jump through the portal and enter the dream realm.
Man, this portal's so big it looks like it would only cost us a gold to enter it.
Why not? As you all step through, your vision is clouded once again by purple and gray mist. But that mist is quickly blown away to reveal nothing all around you. But then you all look up, and the sight you see is strange beyond belief. Corrin, you have read a lot of the literature that the Erudite Conclave had given you. And your mind goes back to this quote that one of the scholars of the Dreaming Tree and the Dreaming Tree legends and beholders in general had written in the margin of a book related to beholders. The line was, if a beholder dreams of another beholder and spawns another beholder, what spawned the first? And as you look up, that's kind of the thought that fills your mind. The thing in front of you is massive. One giant eye turned sideways as like a slit, looking down among millions upon millions of wiggling tentacles. It almost looks a little bit like Tangela from Pokemon. If every single strand of tentacle and whatever had a tiny eye attached to the end of it. It is just this floating mass of tentacles and eyes with this one giant eye in the center. But as you look up at it and it looks down at you, you can't help but notice that it does not look like... It looks as though it's injured, as though it's exhausted, as though it's running from something, because you can see panic in that eye. It looks down upon you all, and in this loud voice within your mind, you hear, "More, more, no more! Die!" And I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Being chased by Ben Stein. He wants to have it in his next commercial for Clear Eyes.
I rolled above a 10 for initiative.
Good job!
That's probably only happened a single-digit amount of times in this whole campaign.
Let's get some music going on here.
Honestly, this is the first fight where I hope that I'm not the first person to go.
It looks like you are.
Because I don't really have a clue what the hell's going on.
Blaznir in here, don't we? Let me get
Yep.
him real quick.
Yep.
Come on, Blaznir, roll that natural 20 for an insane number.
What I get?
Nope. Slightly less than me.
This is what? Why is it like this?
What do you
He
mean?
rolls with advantage, so it's like he rolled a nat 1, so it's red.
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting. Okay, should have put him in. Yeah. I tried. He got close.
Okay. Well, you all stare at this giant eyeball and tentacle mass as the force of its presence bears down upon your mind. Corrin, you are the first one to react as you step through the portal. So, what would you like to do?
Well, assuming that the force of its presence doesn't force me to make any kind of saves.
Not yet.
Good. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I guess I'm just gonna go there and... I assume it looks hostile, yes?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, just making sure. Since I don't know if would I have had time to cast Mage Armor beforehand?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll just mark that off as already having been cast. Then I will just cast a Chromatic Orb at it.
Starting off conservatively.
Yeah. Last time I didn't, and it just got counterspelled out of the air, so...
Yeah.
20 may not hit it, though.
20 does not hit, actually.
Okay.
So you create this orb of energy and throw it at the dreamer. It moves almost like a jellyfish or a squid, just suddenly zipping to one side, propelled by some of those tentacles. Every single tentacle you can see has an eye that seems to be focusing directly at all of you simultaneously. That was your action.
I am not a fan. Yeah, I do not want to get close enough to it. Oh, okay. Actually, I am within 30 feet. Just barely.
Yeah, I would say you are.
I'm just gonna try and shove it away from me.
Be gone.
Now, does that affect creatures larger size than you?
It does not have a specified size requirement.
Okay, then I like it. And it's a strength saving throw?
Yep.
Man, I want Blaznir to get here. I don't want to make his first
18 is the save.
Oof. 10.
Nope.
That is a failure. So you're pushing it away from him?
Yep.
Okay.
Normally, my hand would be like composed and like it's you know, doing it like perfectly. In this case, it's more like a little child when there's like a bee around them and they're trying to just like move their arms around to just swat it and like get it away, get it away.
Go, 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 go.
That's a whole lot of eyes, and I am not a fan of any one of them.
Ichabod shouts to Corrin to stay strong.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, let's see here. It's gonna go ahead and use its action. You're standing there, Corrin.
Would that be a legendary action?
And yeah, it's a legendary action.
Okay, just double checking.
Sorry. Yes, this is a legendary action that it's using. It's going to be looking at you, and suddenly, from the mist, an eye pops up. Like, kind of like the trash compactor scene in Star Wars. It just pops up out of nowhere, moves around, focuses directly at you. And I would like you to roll a d10 for me.
Sure. 5. Balanced, as all things should be.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw then.
19.
Okay. Well, good news for you is that a 19 just saves.
Nice.
So you're standing there, and this eye looks directly at you. You see it suddenly. This burning white hot ray of energy comes slicing through the area right where you're standing. You jump out of the way, barely able to dodge this ray. But you did.
So is that no damage or half damage or what?
No, it's no damage.
Cool.
Nice.
For that one. Do I see a Blaznir?
I believe he has entered.
Alright, so Blaznir's not quite ready yet, so Brie is forced to take his turn.
No!
What is going on?
Brie doesn't want to take your turn, so...
Well, let him get the recap.
Yeah, let's get the recap real quick. So what happened, Blaznir, is you were in the you're underneath the Umbra Spire. The door opened, and everyone decided with Corrin not really wanting to, but everyone else was like, "Let's go through the portal." So everyone jumped through the portal and is now face to face with the Dreamer. The Dreamer is basically a giant eyeball with tentacles coming off of it everywhere, with little eyes at the ends of the tentacles. And it is your turn.
Oh, my turn.
And to be clear, I just wanted to try and fight it on the material plane instead of its home plane of the dreaming.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because I thought it would probably be less powerful on the material plane, but we didn't get a chance to find out, so...
He got outvoted.
It happens, you know. So do you need a minute to do something, or you got something simple to do?
Let's see. What do I even have prepared?
Pull out those big guns, Blaznir.
I could do that, I guess.
Well, not too big.
What, do we think there's going to be a fight after this guy?
No, but I think that he might be able to like legendary resist or something like that.
I mean, he's going to be able to do that anyway.
Yeah, but I'm
eventually.
saying you might throw out a 6th level spell and then he resists it.
Or counter spells it or something.
Or counter spell.
What have we seen of this guy?
Not much so far. He shot a ray at me, and I threw a chromatic orb at him, but it missed.
Yeah, that's all that's happened.
I guess combat has just started.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is
We were in a little behind.
Okay. I could pop that open. I don't know if he has counterspell, but what does this even do for me? Oh, that's actually bad for you guys. That hurts you guys. I'm not gonna do that. You know, yeah, I kind of want to see if this guy has counterspell. I'm gonna Scorching Ray at a 3rd level, I guess.
Okay.
Let's just see.
That makes me feel really good because that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna Scorching Ray.
Yeah, I just want to. Okay, 15 probably doesn't hit this guy.
No.
Nope.
14 definitely doesn't hit.
Oh.
No.
20 hits.
20
Nope.
does not hit.
24.
24 hits.
Yes.
6 points of fire.
Okay.
And oh, that probably should have. I guess that's fine. Bonus action. I should probably move. We're grouped up.
Yeah. Cones and such would be bad. Although if they're big enough, they're going to be bad anyways.
But
Yeah. I'm like, there's trade-offs, you know? 'Cause I can give you that +4 to your saves against his rays, but you will be close to it.
Yeah, I just don't want to get targeted with anything, so...
Strangely, he seems to look only at Blaznir now.
Is this a bonus action to do? I think it is. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to. Actually, does someone need inspiration? Is
You
that for
can.
attack?
Always.
No, yeah, that's for attacks and saves.
I mean, we're going to be making attacks and saves.
Yeah.
I reckon quite a lot of them.
No, I want to use my subclass feature. I'm gonna
Sure.
expend a bardic inspiration to roll on my kills from beyond table. I got a 1. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that one's bad.
What is it? I guess pull it out when you use it, but...
No, I don't need this at all. It's that. It's for checks.
Well,
Yeah.
we could still use that.
Yeah,
Try to determine, like,
would
if he has any...
Actually, that's true. You could give it to either, well, probably me.
Mhm.
It eats up my action if I want to give it to someone. That's the problem.
Gotcha. I was just going to say, because that will apply to counterspell checks.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that is spellcasting abilities. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
That's an action on my next turn. That's it for me.
Okay,
Nice
that's
turn,
it
Blaznir.
for you. At
Yeah.
the end of your turn, Blaznir, you see an eye stalk pop out from the mist, looking directly at you, and I need you to roll me a d10.
A D10?
A d10.
Mm-hmm.
That's spooky. A 2.
something like that.
2. Okay, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as this warping ray comes wobbling towards you.
Oh no, you're gonna get warped.
19.
19 just saves,
Oh,
and you're able
just-
to push past being paralyzed.
Ah. I thought you said warping.
I said wobbling towards you.
Oh.
I was just trying to describe, that whoa.
Sure, I was just like, oh, getting teleported somewhere? That
I
sounds
thought
fun.
you were gonna get warped.
Yeah, I thought I was going to teleport somewhere where, that would be... paralysis is not fun, though.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that's it for Blaznir's turn. And at order number 20, the area around you all seems to grow weird and distorted. The central eye of this creature looks towards all of you. Basically, what I'm going to need for everyone is dexterity saving throws, please.
Okay.
From everyone?
From everyone.
Wow.
Where is that?
Oh, natural 20.
16.
I got a 19. I don't know why I had advantage on.
You're close enough to get my +4, so you got a 23.
Okay, I got a 23.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so,
Actually, I got... Oh, wait, no, that's a save, not on a... Never mind.
So as this thing looks towards you all feel your bodies becoming slightly weightless, and you feel like your feet lift up off of the solid ground just slightly. Yep, I do need a roll for Tomas still, thank you.
He gets my +4 too. Nice.
Tomas
Doesn't
is
even need
good
it.
to go. Tomas is fine, but he's still everybody. Even though all of you saved except for Corrin, so the rest of you, everybody, just kind of lifts up slightly, and you feel your body being slightly buoyant, but then this rush of energy comes towards you all. Corrin, I need you to roll for me a d8.
Sure. I'm about to get tossed, probably. 7.
Okay, 7. You are going to take 2d8, 4 points of necrotic damage. Or no, sorry, you said 7 thunder damage. You're taking 4 points of thunder damage as this entire area just becomes filled with this loud cacophony of sound. It's not enough to deafen you all, but it's enough to cause Corrin quite a bit of pain.
It's the ears.
Mm-hmm. It is the ears. While you're in this area of effect, all of you have a fly speed of 20 feet.
Interesting.
Fly 20.
Okay. Next up, we have Tomas, who's hovering just at like an inch off the ground and kind of wobbling a little bit. This is really weird, you guys. I'm spreading out. And he starts flying just a little bit, 10 feet into the west. And as he gets to this point, you just see him fall and drop and land on the ground. Fortunately, he was barely off the ground.
I'm scared.
But then he looks around like, I think that's an area of effect, everybody. So move those 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 to right here. The Dreamer is currently about 10 feet in the air, which is a bit too high for him. So I think what he's going to do is, for his action, he's going to cast a Ray of Frost, I think. Let me double check the range on Ray of Frost. 60 feet. Yep, he is good to go. He's casting Ray of Frost as his action. 14 is not going to do it. As a bonus action, he is going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Which I'm going to do right here. Then load. We're going to say that his Spiritual Weapon is just a fist. It's just a fist.
Cool.
And that fist tries to punch the Dreamer. But an 11 is also going to miss. And that's going to be it for Tomas's turn. At the end of Tomas's turn, the Dreamer's going to use its next legendary action. And seeing Tomas outside the field, he is going to focus several of the eye stalks attached to his body at Tomas. And he just kind of focuses there. You see Tomas lurch suddenly. He has to make a strength saving throw. $15 is not going to do it.
Nope.
You all watch as Tomas gets slammed by something and is thrown 30 feet across the area at an arc towards the Dreamer. He's going to fly 30 feet up and 30 feet at an angle upward. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, landing right there. He's going to be taking 3d6 damage, 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and he lands prone on the ground.
It's too bad he wasn't in the area of effect for the fly.
Yep.
I'm guessing it's probably a cone. What I'm thinking.
Ichabod, you're up next.
Alright. Well, flying is cool and all, but I think I'm just gonna use my walking speed. 15, 20, 25, 30. Because that should get me here. And then I've got 15-foot reach on my whip. So can I hit him in the air?
You can.
Nice. Okay, I think... Here it is. That's a 24 on the first one.
Minutes.
We're gonna hit him with that first level smite, conservatively. Nice conservative first level divine smite. Alright, let's see if it added. Yes, it did. Okay, so that's 19 damage on that first hit.
19 points of damage.
Try the second one, that's only a 12.
12 is definitely going to miss.
I don't really think I want to do anything as a bonus action yet. I think I'm gonna hold off.
Okay.
Tomas, are you good?
He's lying on his back. He's kind of coughing a little bit. I'm fine.
Alright. I end my turn. Nice and simple.
Fair enough. At the end of your turn, we have another eye ray that's going to pop up. So I need you to roll a d10.
D10. It's 1.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
19.
19
We're all
just
saved.
saved. Wow.
The luck of the 19.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, man. I guess I gotta go change all these DCs real quick.
Just move them up by 1.
But yeah, so this ray looks at you and sends this odd sort of mist-like effect towards you. You see your weapons and your armor and all of your magical equipment glow for a second, but then you manage to jump out of the way before it connects.
No,
and,
not my weapon. Not my weapon. Anything but that. Attack me, physically.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all that happens. Luckily, it doesn't affect your magical items in any way, shape, or form. And next off, we have the Dreamer's turn. Oh, the Dreamer's pretty irritated about this right now. Let's see here. Yeah, I think what the Dreamer is going to do first is focus its attention down at you, Ichabod. You hit it at least once, and he did not like that. So first I'm going to do is roll a d10. I rolled a 1 as well. So I need another dexterity saving throw from you.
No. 22! Yes!
Wow, yes, very nice. You feel that same warping, that same magical effect trying to grab onto your equipment, but you jump out of the way and dodge.
What did I say? Like, just hurt me. I have flesh and bone. These are nothing.
Well, you say that, and you hear this voice in your mind saying, "As you wish."
Okay,
and it comes flying towards you.
Oh, no.
It flies down 10 feet to right in front of you. It's like 5 feet in the air above the ground.
Okay.
And as these tentacles warp and wrap around you, suddenly in the center of this mass of squirming, pulsating tubes, you see a mouth open and come flying towards you to bite you.
He got teeth.
That's a 28 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I'd say so. 50 points of piercing damage. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, the dex saves can't be lucky forever. It's a 7.
That's a nat 1 for a 7. The mouth closes on you, and you just feel this weird sort of... you would assume it's a tongue, but it's more tentacles that just wrap around you and pull you down some sort of gullet.
Gross.
Bye,
I mean,
everybody.
you did ask for it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
This is
By
what I
name.
want, because I see this here, and its attacks bypass the dreamer's damage resistances. So, very exciting.
I mean, you are restrained, but yeah.
Yeah.
Being restrained is meaningless.
Okay. I believe you.
Okay. Ichabod is now in the belly of whatever the hell this thing is, and it starts rising itself upward again and looks towards the rest of you.
Hi.
Elegy, you're up next.
Alright, well... Can't do much from this distance, so I'm just gonna come over here to right about there. And would this be flanking if I'm attacking him here?
Unfortunately, like, it's a extremely large mass of tentacles that's floating about, and Tomas is lying prone on the ground. So, no,
okay.
you do not have flanking.
Alright, that's fine. Let's see, I'm gonna attack him. That does not hit. Does a 29 hit?
A 29 does hit.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a stunning strike as well. So I need a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 20 for a 34.
Yeah, I'm assuming that saves.
No, that actually fails, funnily enough.
That's 12 damage.
12 points of damage.
And then I'm gonna flurry of blows, of course. 29 and a 23.
Both hit.
I think I'm going to skip the stunning strike. I don't think I have a chance on that. Oops. Okay, there's that much damage.
I mean, you can always roll a 1.
And then there's that much damage. Yeah, but I'm not gonna bank on. I don't want to blow through all my key points on something I'm not gonna have a very good chance of getting.
That's fair.
The DM wants you to blow through all your key points.
What's that?
The DM wants you to blow through all your key points.
Oh yeah, but I don't want to.
What the DM wants to blow is his business.
This is true.
And then I think that's gonna be all the attacks and stuff I can do.
Okay. Well, since you've gone and hit it, it's got its legendary actions back, since its turn was just there.
Of course it
I
does.
think what it's going to do is shove you away with its telekinetic shove, so I need a strength saving throw.
29.
29 saves. You feel it trying to shove you away, but you dig in. You shove your quarterstaff down into the ground, which somehow is malleable enough that you're able to shove it into whatever that substance is and hold your ground. Okay. That's it for that turn. Corrin, top of the turn order. You're up.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna try and throw something at it. I'm gonna use a scroll of lightning bolt.
Scroll a lightning bolt.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me pop that in there. DC 18 deck save.
Rolled an 11, which is a failure.
30 points then.
You're going to go ahead and take those 30 points.
It doesn't have legendary resistance, guys.
No, it just doesn't think 30 points of lightning damage is worth a legendary resistance.
No, it doesn't have legendary resistances.
And yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. Let's see. At the end of your turn, it's going to pop out one of its eye stalks at you using one of its legendary actions. So roll a d10 for me.
Sure. That's another 1, so
That's a
dex
1.
save.
Dex save.
24 saves.
24. It does save. You dodge out of the way as that warbling energy ray comes right at you. Next up, we have Blaznir.
My turn already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. So, I know of a couple ideas I had of what I wanted to do. I just don't know what this guy does yet. A lot of eye rays.
And he can eat you.
It can eat you and do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You hear from somewhere in the middle of the thing's belly.
As I was getting swallowed, I'm like, y'all, there's a mouth in here. Just like that.
You sure it's a mouth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I've seen this one before. Didn't I get swallowed by the last one of the previous creatures? Oh man.
Do I think that if I did an area of effect on it, it would hit Ichabod, or is he protected inside the stomach?
I think I got full cover.
Yeah, you're pretty sure they're fully covered by, a stomach.
Well, I don't know. Okay.
As long as you don't pierce through his stomach, I think I'll be fine.
Okay.
But Tomas is directly underneath the creature, and Elegy is right next to it, just so you know.
Oh, Tomas is under there?
Yeah.
He's like over here.
Why is he under there? That's like a... Doesn't Tomas know that's an annoying place to be?
Well, it hasn't been his turn yet to get up.
Well, it is floating 10 feet up, too.
No, not anymore. It's floating 5 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, it is floating 5 feet up.
That doesn't hit Tomas, right?
That would not.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Flame Strike in that location right there.
Interesting. Flame Strike.
Yeah, because I am Fire Druid. So yeah, he needs to make a Dexterity save. That's at 5th level.
I think he would use his reaction for this to try to counterspell it.
What? Why? Why?
I know. He's
Not
such a dick.
fair.
So, Corrin, you would see that the Dreamer, as Blaznir is casting this spell, you see the central eye look towards Blaznir, and the mouth starting to move, and you're fairly sure that he's trying to counterspell it.
Sure, I'll use one of my scrolls of counterspell.
We got scrolls?
Yeah, I bought scrolls.
He prepped.
Yeah,
And it's just 3rd level, so let me know if I need to make a check or not.
Well, good news is he was using a 3rd level spell as well, so the counterspell counterspells, and the spell does go off for Blaznir. So Blaznir, go ahead and roll. Oh wait a minute, it does go off. It's a dexterity save. I will roll that now. 20 does save.
Half damage for both. So that would be 8
13.
fire and 5 radiant.
Okay, 8 fire and 5 radiant.
I used a counterspell for that?
You know,
Oh, didn't know he was gonna say.
yeah, like it's okay.
You make your own decisions.
It would have done more if he didn't save. Well, 27 points, but anyway.
Anyway,
Bonus action. Who needs dice?
You hear a
Corrin.
muffled.
I can't see you.
Yeah.
Actually, do I need to see for Bardic Inspiration? I think
I would
so.
say yes. Ichabod would neither be able to see you nor hear you,
Oh,
so
he
you would not be able to inspire him.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll give inspiration to Corrin because he's very nice to me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And what does that
That's
apply to?
A D6 to attacks, saves, checks.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna also move 5. 30 to right there. Okay. I'm done.
Okay. The moment you step through that area and come to a stop, you feel your body just drop, and the flying is no longer in effect of you.
That's okay, I wasn't flying.
I know, but I'm just letting you know that you're out of that area.
Alright.
Well, at the end of your turn, it's going to use another legendary action, and it's going to go ahead and do another eye ray at you. Another eye pops out from right behind you. Go ahead and roll a d10.
Oh my god.
Why does everyone keep rolling
Magic
ones?
item.
Come on, let's get that anti-magic.
Yeah. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah,
Please
10.
no.
10.
wow. I got no more magic items, guys.
Yeah. So what happens is each spell that's currently affecting you, which you don't have anything affecting you, ends. And also, all of your magical items disenchant.
Permanent?
Good news is, it only lasts until the start of the Dreamer's next turn.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. Wait.
But until that time, you currently have no magical working items.
Sure. I don't think anything was really helping me that much.
Your staffs.
Yeah,
My
your staff.
Until the start of his turn, though.
Yeah, his turn's only a few turns away.
It's fair.
But that's
Yeah.
just luck.
I'm not going to use any of my staffs until my turn next.
Yeah.
My, I guess AC drops by 2, I think.
Okay.
Because
Good
I
to
have
know.
+1 armor. And I think my shield is +1. Actually, it might not be. I'll have to check. Anyway.
Anyway, that's it for Blaznir's turn. Next, we're at DC 20, which is the start of the layer action. So that central eye turns and puts its focus towards Blaznir and Corrin.
Uh-oh.
This whole mass is vaguely spherical shaped, right?
The mass of the creature?
Mm-hmm.
More or less. Like, imagine a jellyfish or a squid, but it all comes from one central eye, and then everything masses around it. So, like, imagine Tangela, but with one big eye and
I got
all
you.
that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna summon David Beckham, and he's gonna bend it.
I don't get that reference.
He's a soccer player. Never mind.
Oh, by the
He's gonna
way,
try it.
my AC only drops by 1. The Sentinel Shield doesn't give me +1 to AC.
Nah, that's the one that gives you like advantage on initiative or something.
Yeah.
Advanced initiative and perception. So my passive perception drops to 30. So, you know.
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
Oh, you're blind.
low.
How terrible.
Also, the Dreamer can now read my mind if it wants to, because of the ring and shielding.
Don't say this.
There you go.
I'm telling him everything that happens because of this. It's,
Alright.
Well, I appreciate that. I need both you and Corrin to make another dexterity saving throw.
See,
Okay,
you don't get any
sure.
reward.
9. Look, I'm just being
18.
a good player.
Okay. So, Blaznir,
Yeah.
Roll for me a D8.
A D8. Wow.
Yeah, see
5.
what kind of damage it is.
Okay. As the eye turns towards you, the area just fills with this bright, holy light as radiant energy comes streaking through the area. You are going to take a total of 10 points of radiant damage.
All right. 10 points.
You're all both the two of you now also have have that same fly speed you had previously,
Meh.
Okay.
which is a 20-foot fly speed. Next up, we have Tomas. I'm gonna move this. That's the way I can see. Thank you. Tomas kind of pushes himself up, and he's looking right at the Dreamer, who is conveniently flown down right next to him. He has that collapsing spear, and he's going to go ahead and make 2 attacks with that. Nat 1 for a 12 is a failure. Nat 20 for a 31 is a hit.
Bounces out.
The duality of man.
I know, right? That's so weird. So 13 points of piercing damage, and he's going to go ahead and do a flurry of blows. 27 also hits. 7 more points of damage. He's also not gonna do a stunning strike. I think he's gonna wait on that. He's just gonna kind of back up about 5 feet just to have a better, clear look at this thing. But he's staying right where he is. But at the end of his turn, the Dreamer's gonna go ahead and use the last of its legendary actions. And it's going to focus on Tomas. Rolled a 5. Tomas needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Just saves. This red burning ray comes shooting out towards Tomas. Tomas just jumps, does a flip, and lands again. Whew, that was close. Ichabod.
All right.
You are up next. You are in the stomach of this thing you cannot see, and you can feel it closing in around you. What are you doing?
So I can attempt to escape as my action. Is that an athletics check?
Let's see here. Yeah, you can certainly try. It would be an athletics check to try to climb your way out from this thing's stomach.
Is he taking any passive damage?
I think I will at the start of his turn.
Okay.
Correct.
That's why I'm thinking maybe I'll try to get out. I'll try once. We'll see. It's only a 12.
Yeah, I don't think a 12 is going to cut it.
Yeah. Not at all. Let's see. Is there anything I can do as a bonus action? I could spiritual weapon.
Yeah, you can spiritual weapon right there in the stomach if you want to.
I could just hit him from the inside. Or I could do this one. Oh, so many options. I think I am going... I'm gonna... Spiritual weapon. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Why not? Right inside his belly.
Okay, spiritual weapon inside the belly. I like it.
Okay, and the spiritual weapon can roll to hit. Let's see. It's only a 15. My rolls are bad now.
15. Unfortunately, a 15's not going to cut it. It seems like it's a little spongier and less tough inside the belly, but still a 15's not going to cut it.
Alright, let's see this acid damage.
Okay. Well, that is the end of your turn, and it is the Dreamer's turn next. So you, at the start of its turn, are going to take 66 acid damage.
I hope it makes you high like actual acid.
22 points of acid damage.
All right.
Okay. That's the start of that there. It now has 2 attack actions it gets to do. Let's see. Who's around it? Tomas and Elegy. So I'm going to have Tomas roll a d10 for me first. 9. Okay, dexterity saving throw as this dark black ray of energy comes shooting out towards Tomas. Whew, nat 20. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, he dodges out of the way from that disintegration beam. Lucky for him. Elegy, roll a d10.
4.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
So is LG
26.
Oh, it does not matter.
Okay, 26 is enough. You feel this ray trying to take hold of your mind and slow you down, but you're able to push out of the way, and it does not take hold. The Dreamer roars in annoyance at this point. Definitely is not happy that you keep dodging all of these attacks. But LG, it's your turn.
Okay. Now, the size is what's making it so I'm not going to be flanking, right? Wasn't just because he was down? Okay.
It's not just from the fact that he's down. It's the reason you can't really flank with Tomas is it's this big mass of pulsing, moving tentacles. It's hard to you can't really
Find a weak
occupy
point.
You can't occupy it and just keep it focused towards you because there's eyes literally everywhere.
Okay, fair enough. So there's 27
That'll
and
hit.
a 30.
Both will hit.
There. And there. Flurry of blows, of course. 1 and 2. 22 and 21.
Both do hit.
Lots of damage. That's 23, 30, 39. Is that 46?
That looks about right. You go crazy, hitting him once, twice with the quarterstaff, following up with your brass knuckles, pounding into the flesh of this thing that just looks like a big old bush of tentacles. You seem to be doing some damage to it, and it's slowly starting to see some wear and tear, some bruising and whatnot, but it's a hale and hearty beast. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think so, because I don't really have anything else to do.
Okay. I think it definitely did not like the fact that you've been wailing on it. So at the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action to shove you with that telekinetic shove. So give me a strength saving throw.
Does this count as an attack that he's making?
Well, it's a shove is what it is.
A shove attack? Because I can sentinel him. When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you.
That's a weird question.
Because it doesn't say melee attack, you know.
And it's a legendary attack.
Legendary action, but
It's a
usually
legendary
they say like shove attack or you know.
Yeah, and it doesn't say shove attack. It just says it's the.
No,
the
I'm just
ability
saying
is
in
telekinetic shove.
D&D.
Yeah, like my
Oh,
my telekinetic shove isn't an attack either, so
Oh, okay.
I don't think this one would be.
I don't think it would be, and honestly, like the Sentinel thing, I think you have to you would have to physically see what's going on. The fact that you're in the belly right now,
I feel
you
it.
wouldn't know what's going on outside.
Becomes 0 when a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you.
Yeah, I feel like this would not be an attack.
Okay.
But I also feel like the fact that you're in the belly would make it kind of.
Yeah, there's nothing
weird.
saying I have to see it. I understand the no attack. This isn't an attack, but
Yeah.
I feel like I could feel him.
Probably not. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily have to see it, but you are not aware of what's going on outside of this. Either.
Yeah.
But either way. But yes, anyway, the 23 does save. You hold your ground and are unable to be pushed away. Corrin, you're up next.
Alright, let's see what I can hit him with this time. That's a 20-foot radius, which means I can't use that. I'm just gonna try and hit him with Tasha's Mind Whip.
Okay.
It's a DC 18 intelligence save. And yeah, he's definitely within range.
That's a 27. It does succeed.
Then yes, he saves.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
Still
it
takes
for your
half
turn.
damage.
No.
It says Tasha's Mind Whip. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Let me roll that. So, 5. Psychic.
You
That's
hit it with
probably
that
immune.
psychic lance. It does definitely seem to resist the psychic energy, so it's going to take half of the half.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for your turn.
Yep.
End of your turn, it's going to go ahead and use another of its legendary actions, and it's going to be targeting Elegy with another eye ray. So I need you to make a D10 for me. Roll.
8.
8. Everything's dexterity.
Mhm.
Actually, a lot of them are dexterity, but a dexterity saving throw for me.
26.
Fortunately, you save. This was a petrification ray I was trying to catch you with.
Glad I saved.
Indeed. So, that's it there. Blaznir, you're up next.
Yes, my turn. Alright, I'm going to, use my action to, summon my friend, my little wildfire spirit.
Cayenne.
Let's do that right there so you don't get caught in, anything bad.
Toss out a like if you're a fan of Cayenne.
Heck yeah.
Alright, and, yeah, that's action, and, bonus action, I'm going to cast Guardian of Nature on myself, and, I'm gonna give myself a little, I'm gonna do the Great Tree, so, you know, I get a bit barky skin, and,
Well, you're going to try to do this. It does see the spell that you're casting. It's not quite familiar with what it is. It is attempting to counterspell it as its reaction.
It's not targeting it. It's targeting me.
Yeah, but it sees you casting a spell. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me measure.
Ooh.
Never mind. You are out of his range.
Nice.
Yay. Alright, so yeah, Guardian of Nature.
I'm going to go with it, yeah.
And,
Okay, you cast Guardian in Nature, and your body becomes bark-like and hardened.
Yep. Oh, I need
Leaves sprout out from your hair.
to put those temporary hit points on there.
I'm going to say that it also grows along your face as like beard stubble.
I suppose.
Cool.
For the fun of it.
30, and I'll move right there.
As you go running out of the way, you end up outside of that cone and drop to the ground, no longer hovering.
Okay. Does that reduce my speed to 20, or can I still use my walking speed?
No, it actually that's all you have is the 20 feet when you have that. But the moment you drop out of it, then you gain the remainder of whatever you used. Or whatever you didn't use.
That's
So
weird.
it's like the way that it works is you subtract what you've used from the next speed.
I
So
get
if you-
that. I can't see where the cone is, so I don't
I
know
know,
how.
but I'm saying if you
Yeah, that's the
if
point.
you flew 20 feet and then walked 10 feet, you could do that.
Well, I'm saying I don't know how much I can move.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
You've only used an extra 5 feet to get out of that. So, you were right. You were right here.
I don't even remember because everything looks the same.
Let's say right now you have 10 feet remaining.
I counted 30.
You counted 30.
Yeah, I counted 30 feet. That's the problem.
Then, okay, I got you.
That's why I'm like, wait, you said I was hovering, so does that mean I don't have my walking speed?
So I would say that you're probably right there on the edge then, because you wouldn't have had that extra. You would have just kind of ended right there, and you're still hovering.
All right.
I should have been watching better for where you're moving, but that's okay.
I didn't realize that I had to only use the hover.
Yeah, it's just the fly speed while you're in the cone.
Oh, because earlier I walked.
I know. I kind of fucked it up the first time around.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be strange moving around, but okay.
It is. That's sort of the point.
It's different kind of strange, but yeah.
Anywho, I believe that's the end of your turn.
Bonus action, movement, yeah.
Okay. End of your turn, it's going to use the second of its legendary actions, and it's doing another eye ray on Elegy. Elegy seems like the biggest threat right now. So go ahead and make another D10 roll.
3.
Okay, next I need a charisma saving throw from you.
Ooh,
23.
dang, good rolls today.
You're so good
Great
at
rolls today. You start feeling an odd sort of pressure on an exposed part of your skin, but you like smack it really hard and shove it back in, and it takes no effect.
Does it feel like ice, baby?
No. No, but it could have made her stop, collaborate, and listen.
Hate.
Okay. At the top of Order 20, the eye in the center mass of this creature seems to move a little bit. It doesn't like that Blaznir is trying to get out of the range, so he's going to be moving it. Let's see, what if I can see the damn thing? There it is. There we go. Next, I need Corrin, Blaznir, and Kyan to all make dexterity saving throws.
Sure.
Yeah. Kyan fails.
25.
I have an 18. I don't know. Oh, just so you know, I forgot to update Kyan's hit points when we leveled up, so I did that just now.
Okay, that's fine. Well, since it's Kyan, go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
A d8? Okay. Kyan, can you roll a d8, buddy? He rolled a 2.
He rolled a 2.
Don't worry, little
So-
buddy. He's gonna roll minimum damage.
I rolled a 2 as well. That's weird. Anyway, Kyan takes 2 points of lightning damage.
2 points of lightning damage.
He got a static shock.
Yep, the entire area fills with static, and Kyan just goes. Zzz.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that it makes his fur stand up adorably on end.
Oh,
I'll allow it.
I have a question. What if...
Yeah.
So Kyan already has a hover fly speed. Does it get reduced to
No.
20? No?
It does not.
Okay. Just making sure. Good to know.
Okay. That's the lair action there. Next up, we have Tomas's turn. Tomas is just gonna lay out, go full tilt on the Dreamer.
Yeah.
21 hits, 24 hits. Doing 20 points of damage in total. He's then going to go ahead and use another key point to flurry of blows. 24 and
Nice.
26, both hit. Another 17 points of damage. 37 in total, just pummeling the living shit out of the Dreamer over and over again. He drops down to the ground and looks over to Elegy and just kind of gives you, you know, a monk nod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll monk nod back at him.
Okay. At the end of Tomas's turn, the Dreamer is going to use another of his legendary actions and do an irate at Tomas.
What you got for me, ugly?
That's a 9.
Different
That's
one.
the same fucking disintegration ray that goes shooting at
Tomas,
Tomas.
no. Don't get
No,
disintegrate.
Dodge it, Tomas!
15. That's a failure.
Dodge it!
Wait.
Ouch.
Oh man, I want Tomas to be within my range.
Unfortunately, he is not.
Jake.
I need to do some damage.
Let's see what this. How badly do y'all care about Tomas?
Good question.
Okay, there it goes. I had
It's
to make
probably
sure I read
fine.
it right. Oof. This burning ray of force smashes into Tomas, doing 52 points of force damage. And he just yells out in pain, "Ah!"
Still able to yell though.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
He's not dead, but he is severely hurt from that.
Yeah. It's fine. He'll get over it.
I share a knowing nod with Tomas, for only he and
Yeah.
I have experienced the disintegration ray.
Mhm.
That is true. Tomas lands on the ground, stumbles back a little bit. He is very, very hurt right now. That's it. Next is Ichabod.
All right, we're gonna try something different this time, which is I'm just gonna try to hit him with my
Get him.
sword. Disadvantage 24.
24 hits.
All right, I'm pulling everything out. So 3rd level Divine Smite, and I'm going to use one of my superiority dice, even though I can't trip him. So here's the damage. Let's see what it has added. Yeah, I think it's putting them all in the top now, so I think it's working. So that's what, 28 plus 9 is
Divine
30.
Smite, improved Divine Smite. I see.
Dueling.
Yeah,
I think I got everything. So yeah, 28 plus 9 is 37. That's my first attack.
37 points of damage for that first attack. And he takes it all.
For sure. We're going to try to hit him a second time. That one's only a 17.
A 17 does not hit, unfortunately.
Now.
Just misses inside the belly.
Oh, damn. Alright. Bonus action. Hit him with my spiritual weapon, which is in here with me. Oh, my spiritual weapon can't roll for shit, and I rolled it with disadvantage for no reason, but... Come on, spiritual weapon, I believe in you.
Apparently not enough.
Yeah, apparently not enough.
Not enough at all.
Burn.
It's dark in here.
It is dark in there. Well, that's the end of your turn. Let's see, how many did I use? I used one.
Pretty sure it's still got a legendary action.
Yep, it does have a legendary action. Yes, I've used 3.
Come at me, bros.
Elegy, no, I've not been using the spiritual weapon just because I've been using the bonus action to Flurry of Blows instead.
Oh,
That's why I haven't been using it.
I don't know how the spiritual weapon works, so.
No, that's fine. But go ahead, Elegy, and roll me a d10.
One.
1. Okay.
Dex save.
Dex save.
Temporary item disenchantment.
Nat 20 for 28.
Nice.
Nice. Nice. That irate tries to disenchant your equipment, but you manage to dodge out of the way. Well, that's the end of that turn. So the Dreamer then turns its whole body, looking down at you with multiple eye stalks.
Uh-oh.
You see it closing in around you, and in the center mass of this thing, a giant mouth begins to open as it tries to bite down on you.
Okay, so this is definitely an attack.
This one's definitely an attack, and you would be able to see it because you could
He's
at least be able to
opening his
see
mouth.
like a tiny bit of light.
Alright, I'm gonna try to hit him. We'll try.
Don't forget to roll for damage, Matt.
Yep. Well, does a 21 hit you, LG?
Of course it does.
No, I meant for Ichabod.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
my 66.
Ichabod. You take 23 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
That's a 13 for the dex save.
Welcome.
That is a failure.
Party up in here.
You get swallowed as well. I do still need to make the damage roll for you, Ichabod.
Yeah.
So let me do that real quick. You're taking 19 points of acid damage.
Alright.
And Elegy, you are swallowed as well.
Mhm.
You feel your body constricting and being pulled downward, and you have your goggles of night on, so you would actually be able to see Ichabod not far from you.
You would actually be able to see just how gross it is in here.
It's true.
You
It
see
is pretty damn gross.
Ichabod just trying to get enough arm room to like stab. You know? He's like kicking and slicing and just trying.
That was the first one. The second one is going to be a ray at Corrin. Give me a d10.
Sure. 6.
6. Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh. That's a 17, actually.
17 is a good roll, but it's still a failure. You are launched into the air, flying in a 30-foot arc backwards. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to right there. You're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you land knocked prone on your back.
Sure.
Or I mean, no, you wouldn't. Yes, you do get knocked prone. You slam downward, and then you start floating just a little bit again.
Okay.
Okay. That's it for the Dreamer's turn. Elegy, you're up next.
I could have used my freaking bardic inspiration.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been a great time to use it.
So, how was he looking right before I got swallowed?
I mean, you're starting to see some wear and tear on the thing.
I don't know how easily it would be to tell a tentacle mass is.
Yeah.
Elegy. I reckon it's a little easier to hit it from in here. I mean, if you can get the space to do it.
This is fair. Alright, I'm just gonna start wailing on him. Why not? 30 and a 22, I'm assuming both hit.
You have to roll at disadvantage.
Oh shit, okay, so 22 then hit.
22 does hit.
So we'll just say the 11's for the 22. I'm sorry.
No worries.
A 16?
16 does not hit.
Alright. Do another 16 and a 15 then. Yeah, those don't hit.
Those do not hit, unfortunately.
God,
You're aiming for
dang it.
that 18.
Well, I
Well.
tried.
I'm like, all I gotta do is get a 7 or higher.
It's 18 in there. I might get swallowed, honestly.
But you do take damage every round, but you can't get targeted by the eye rays, so it's kind of a trade-off. I'm thinking it's not so bad. Get a little bit of heal in here and there. You might be able to tank it out.
Yeah, I mean, like, just mass cure wounds every now and then. We'll be fine.
Oh yeah, if you were in here and you could mass cure wounds us.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
If
Anyway,
you can survive
it's,
getting swallowed in the first place.
I assume that's the end of your turn, Elegy? 'Cause
I
you
mean,
can't really do
I'm
much else.
assuming I don't have any movement speed in here.
No, you really don't. So at the end of your turn, it's going to go ahead and use the first of its legendary actions, and it's going to target, I think, Tomas.
Gonna say it's got Tomas, me, Blaznir, and Cayenne, and
Yeah,
that's
and-
it.
Yeah, that's really it at this point. And Blaznir's done a little bit of damage. You've done a tiny bit of damage. Tomas has done quite a bit, so I'm going after Tomas. I'm going to roll that d10. Fuck, I rolled another 9.
It's
God.
Fucking disintegration
You just
ray
really
again.
want to disintegrate Tomas.
Apparently, I really, really want to disintegrate Tomas.
Please, Tomas.
Let's see here. Tomas needs to make that dexterity saving.
Just
I feel like I
remember,
should be
if
able
you
to
do,
squirm
you're
so
only
he's
hurting
within my
yourself.
range.
What's that?
I should be able to squirm so he's in my range. Or he can occupy the thing's space. Why don't you move, Tomas?
No.
He would succeed if he was in my range.
Well, I'm going to do something I have not done too often with this character.
Luck
I'm going to
point.
burn a luck point.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Yes.
There we go. Whew. He dodges out of the way nimbly, very luckily, able to dodge out of the way of that eye beam that would have killed him. And since we're at the start of, or the top of the turn order, I think this is a great place to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
We're about an hour away till the end of this session, so we are going to get back in about 10 minutes, folks. And when we return, we're going to continue on with this battle against the Dreamer. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back, and the Debauchery Circus is fighting the Dreamer in the Dream Dimension. So let's pick things up right at the top of turn order with Corrin.
Yeah, do I know if he's used his reaction yet?
I don't believe he has.
Okay.
It's just been his turn, so.
I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up and then move 5 feet. And I can't move anymore because currently my movement is 10
20,
feet.
So
No, 10.
10 feet?
Yep, 2 points of exhaustion will do that to you.
That's right. No, you don't have that exhaustion.
Why?
Because you had.
Because you got the effects of a long rest when the dream seed exploded.
Takes away 1 point.
Oh, yes, that's true. So you still have 2 points.
Yep.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Oh, I was going to cast a spell on you for that.
Yeah, reduced by 1. But okay. And then
Fair enough.
let me just check my range on this for now. I'm assuming okay, he's about 60 feet away. Let's try another mind whip.
Okay. That is an intelligence save.
Yep. DC 18. Jesus Christ.
His intelligence
Yeah.
saves are crazy.
Yeah. That's gonna be my turn.
Okay. Well, I believe you still take technically it would take half damage on the failure.
Yeah, and halved in the
3
and then
reduced
half
by
of
half
that.
goes to 1. So
Yes.
a point.
Hey, better than nothing.
Hey, better than nothing.
Not doing it for the damage, I'm doing it for the rider if he fails.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's it for your turn. At the end of your turn, it's gonna go ahead and use one of its eye rays at you.
Okay,
So go ahead and roll a d10.
Okay. I'm assuming it's got the range to hit me. A 4.
Oh yeah, these things have 120-foot range.
Gotcha.
4 dexterity saving throw.
Man, where the hell's the damn wisdom saves?
I know, they're all decks. I hate it.
A lot of them are dex.
That's why I think I
25.
am going to stay up in here.
25 is a save. You are not slowed by the slowing ray.
Only 6 and 2 and 3 and possibly 10 are something other than a dex save.
Okay, Blaznir, you're up.
Yes, I am up. And, I've noticed this guy. He doesn't really like to target me, so I think he's really undervaluing my place on the team.
Mhm.
So,
He doesn't see
since
you as a
I'm-
threat.
yeah, since
He's
I'm out of
laughing at
range,
you.
I'm out of range of counterspell, I'm gonna cast the 8th level Scorching Ray.
Yes.
So
Get
that
out.
is 9 rays, all at advantage because I have the Guardian of Nature up, which gives me advantage on Wisdom attack rolls.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Oh,
Get him!
let's get these done. Put an advantage on.
Without further ado.
Without further ado, 29 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah. 28 to hit.
Hits.
Mhm.
24 to hit.
Hits.
They're getting lower.
Uh-huh. 27 to hit.
Oh,
Hits.
27 to hit.
Hits.
26 to hit.
Hits.
21 to hit.
21 just hits.
Just hits. 28 to hit.
Hits.
And 29 to hit.
it keeps
29
getting
hits.
funnier.
All 9
9
hits.
times you've hit.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
9 out of
Mhm.
9.
All right, that would be
100% accuracy.
that will be a total of 18d6 fire damage, I believe.
Mhm.
2d6 for
Don't
each hit.
forget your bonus, because each one has the plus 10 or whatever.
I have a d8 for kind being out.
Oh, okay.
But 18d6 fire damage. Let's roll all of that. Yeah. 80 points of fire damage.
God. Absolutely absurd.
In total. 86 points.
86 points of fire damage. Holy shit.
That was like an incredible roll too on those 18d6s.
That was
1, 2,
awesome.
3, 4, 5, 6 of them were 6s, so a third were max damage.
Yep.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Almost
Yeah.
another third were second to max damage.
So I'm just gonna
Pop
stare
it
at
up so
this.
everyone can see it.
I'm gonna stare at this guy in all of his eyes at once and just say, "Hey, you're underestimating me, buddy. Come on, stop eating my friends," and just let loose this Gundam style of just rays battering this guy.
Oh yeah, and these fire rays just hit him repeatedly, one after another. And he burns and cries out in pain. Ichabod, Elegy, you would see for half a brief moment some light come in for just that half moment as the thing roars in pain.
Well, that sounded like it hurt.
Yeah. I think I know just who that was.
It was
Too bad we
It's
obviously
getting real hot in
Corrin.
here. It's getting really hot.
Yeah, a little toasty. Too bad we didn't get to see it on the outside.
Alright.
We should gaslight him when we get out and say it never happened.
No, just tell him it was me.
Yeah. Oh, Corrin, that
Man,
was
we
crazy.
did. We did a
And,
great job on this guy.
Bonus action, Kyne's gonna saunter up to him. Like right there. And he's gonna flame seed him.
Okay.
13 to hit, so you know.
No, that doesn't.
I didn't expect him to hit.
Yeah, your little
Bonus, but
your red panda just opens its mouth. A little flame seed comes shooting out from it, but misses widely.
I like to think of Cayenne going up to him, like, you know, the little kid that's going back up to the bully with his big brother behind him.
Mhm.
And then, you know, one last little kick that doesn't do anything, but he still puts his little shoulders up like, ha, take that.
Hitting him in the eye or whatever.
It's just like, yeah.
and
Well, that risk is it at the end of your turn?
I
Are
have
you moving?
I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20. I don't know if I'm
Okay, the moment you stepped right there, that's when you come falling. Drop.
so then I would
So
have
you do technically have 10 more feet.
get 5, 10. Right there.
Love it.
Alright.
Well, at the end of your turn, yeah, you wanted its attention, so it's giving it to you. An eye pops up out from the mist and looks directly at you. Roll me a d10.
Yeah. Come on! Anything but that one.
Dex save.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's advantage still. 16.
Yeah, 16 is a failure. All of your items, once again, magically disenchant.
This is
Roll something other than a 1. God
Ooh.
damn.
Hey, your spell goes down.
Oh, am I still concentrating on it, or is it like gone? Is it dispelled, or like a beholder, where you're still kind of concentrating on it, but you can't?
Suppressed.
Yeah, it's just suppressed.
I don't know.
What now?
Is his spell suppressed or is it gone? His make him look like a tree thing.
The thing that's on him. Let me read this here real quick. Or have each spell affecting it end. So
End?
Yes. So the
Ends.
spell that you were concentrating on ends completely.
That's okay. I got what I wanted out of it.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'd say it was worth it.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay. Next up is the lair action. I'm just gonna have him keep moving the thing to keep you in that range, Blaznir. I'm gonna see if I can anyway. It's here. Squiffy. Can I keep Corrin and Blaznir in it?
Probably not.
Nope, I can.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Corrin and Blaznir, Once again, it moves towards you, and you all begin to float. Make that dexterity saving throw.
We all float down here. 19.
4.
4, that's a failure. Roll a d8. Oh, Kyan needs to roll 2.
Oh, Kyan's in there too?
Yes,
Okay.
Kyan's in there too.
He can already fly.
9. Alright, D8.
Yeah, both of those are a failure. Roll me a...
Do I need to roll 2 D8s or?
No, just 1.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 2. It is lightning damage once again. So both of you are going to take 4 points of lightning damage.
Sure.
Okay. Next is Tomas's turn. Tomas is going to move just a little bit, still staying within range. But he's going to go ahead... Let's see, should I cast Lightning Bolt, or do I want him to just keep attacking?
He also has that fireball scroll as well.
Oh yeah, I have the Fireball Scroll. Let's use that.
Uh-oh. I guess we do have total cover, so I shouldn't be too
Yeah,
worried.
I mean, you all have total cover.
Yeah.
Everybody else is out of the way. This is a very good time to use it.
Yep.
It is a 20-foot radius circle, but he's going to make sure to keep everybody out of it, but
He can hit Kyan
the creature.
if it's fire.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Is fireball fire?
I mean, maybe he has sorcery points. I don't know.
Does that help Kyan in any way, shape, or form?
No, but it's cool.
Fair
Wait,
enough.
he won't take any damage.
Well, he's casting the spell. I'm going to have the Dreamer make a dex save. That is a success. So he's going to take half damage. God, what is fireball damage? It's 66?
I think so.
I can
Wizard.
pull it up right here.
Yeah. Pull it up for me real quick. I'm
Yeah,
blanking.
it is the 8d6.
86, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, 18 points of fire damage halved is going to be 9 points of damage. Ugh. That honestly wasn't all that great for him. But it does allow him to use his bonus action, spiritual weapon. So he's going to go ahead and use that. 24 does hit. 10 points of force damage. The Dreamer seems to be at least winded at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be huffing a little heavily.
Puffin' and puffin'.
Yep, indeed. At the end of Tomas's turn, we're going to use that fourth legendary action. This is the fourth legendary action to do another eye ray at... Actually, you know what? I think he's going to telekinetically shove Blaznir. So, Blaznir, give me a strength saving throw.
Strength. Ooh. 14. That's
14
impressive for me.
is a failure. It actually shoves you 30 feet upward at an angle towards the Dreamer. He wants to eat you. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. You land on your back prone, and you're going to take a total of... where did it... There it goes. 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are also knocked prone.
Okay.
I think it would have pulled you more in the middle, so I'm going to move you up one, right there. that's it for the legendary action. Next is Ichabod's turn.
Alright. As a bonus action, I'm going to drink a potion. Greater healing. I already put it in there. Oh man, it didn't work. Slash roll space 44.
Oh, that's why I should have had Tomas do.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to get 16. And then as my action, I'm going to hit him again. I'm just going to keep doing it. That one's only a 16.
16 does not hit.
And then a 17.
Neither does a 17. You're trying to hit that 18.
I know, it's so terrible. Yeah, I think that's all I can really do.
All you can do.
Yeah, I don't want to action surge yet. I'm gonna eat some more acid damage. I love it.
You definitely are. Well, it is the Dreamer's turn. He gets his legendary actions and his reaction back. You all need to take some acid damage. I'm trying to remember how much. It is 66 acid damage. 14 points of acid damage to both Elegy and Ichabod.
I'm at a net 2.
Oh, I got something coming. Don't you worry.
Okay, that is just that. Let's see here. What does the Dreamer want to do?
Get LASIK.
Get LASIK?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds
It's
about
too
right.
expensive, though. All those eyes.
Yeah, Blaznir, roll me a d10.
Sure. 10. Ooh.
Nice.
10.
This one's gonna
give me a dexterity saving throw.
Another dex save.
Like I said, most of them are dex saves.
Can I bargain for wisdom?
No.
Okay. 15.
15 is a failure, as you are hit by the Death Ray.
I'm gonna do it.
That's very edgy of it.
Yeah, very edgy.
So yeah, 6 out
you
of
are
10 are
going-
dex saves.
Yeah, you are going to take a total of 58 points of necrotic damage as this dark black ray just burns through you.
You sure I can't bargain for wisdom?
No. No, you can't. But, how are you looking?
Oh, you know. I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
up.
fine?
I'm up.
No, good for you. Good for you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Corrin, the eye rays are going to look at you now.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to roll a d10.
I'd rather hold up a mirror and reflect it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Nah, I got a 1. Ooh,
Okay,
this is going to be
dexterity
interesting.
saving throw.
19.
19 just saves.
Okay.
You're able to wiggle your way away from that ray that seems to be dispelling magic. I think it's going to stay right where it is. It doesn't really need to move. Okay, next up is Elegy.
Alright, I mean, I'm gonna do the same as always. 25 hits, 16 does not. There's 12 damage. And then a 13 and a 16 do not hit.
Do not.
Gosh, I can't hit inside of here.
Well, you can try to get out. You know.
Well, I can't now, but...
Well, yeah, but on your next turn.
Now you can't.
Is that an action or a bonus action?
It's an action to climb out.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for Elegy's turn. At the end of Elegy's turn, I'm gonna do another eye ray at Corrin.
Sure. Give it your best shot.
Give me a D10.
That's a 9.
Oh,
9 is
oh.
a dexterity saving throw.
I've been here before. 24.
Yeah, you have 24.
Fuck off,
Whew.
Ray.
Yeah, that ray comes slicing at you. You jump out of the way, barely avoiding the disintegration. It's your turn.
So, what people who would be able to see would see me doing is that first I'm actually just going to take a second and pray. Now, I'm not actually praying to a person. I'm praying to, like, the world and the timeline. And I'm praying for forgiveness as I pull out a crystal prism and cast a spell. I'm casting Reality Break.
Oh.
Oh no.
So it's an 8th level spell. And he has to succeed on a wisdom save.
Okay, so he is going to attempt to counterspell this.
I know, but I'm going to use my Convergent Future to make sure that he fails his counterspell check by taking another point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Like, screw you, bro.
Twisting fate as it is, or twisting time as it is, he begins to cast the spell, but you use that chronomagic control, blocking and not letting him succeed. Reality.
You fail.
Yeah. You shatter the barriers between reality and timelines, thrusting a creature into turmoil and madness. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or it can't take reactions until the spell ends. The affecting target must also roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it does something different based on what the number is.
Indeed. It does have advantage on saving throws for magical effects.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, never mind then. Actually, wait.
Unless you can do something.
I'm going to take another point of exhaustion and make him fail.
So you're at 5 levels?
4.
Okay.
4.
Yep, it's not a reaction. The only requirement is that I take a level of exhaustion that can only be removed by finishing a long rest.
This is a really weird conundrum here.
Okay.
Because here's my thoughts on it. I mean, yeah, you using the ability does work, but he also has legendary resistances. He hasn't used any of these yet.
I mean,
whenever he fails a saving throw, he may choose to exceed it instead. But at the same time, because of Chronal Shift, I feel like that would kind of bounce back and forth.
Yeah, it's the unstoppable force immovable object thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm having a really tough time deciding how to rule this.
Well, 8th level spell in the final battle, he's never going to get another chance.
And I'm using 2 points of exhaustion to get off.
To do it, yeah.
Also,
I think I'm what's
maybe
that?
reality just breaks here. You know?
Yeah, maybe we all die. Let's just go.
Well, spell's called reality.
It's definitely something's going to happen. I'm going to rule it as this because, like, you're literally forcing your will through chronergy to make this happen. Regardless, I'm going to say that it negates the legendary resistance.
Awesome.
Can it be like we're all in the reality, and then it's like it glitches, and he is legendary resisting it, and then it glitches
and I'm
again?
just like, no.
Yeah, it's like there's like 3 subsequent glitches where it's like he fails, no, he succeeds, no, he fails.
Yeah, I'm just. It's
I'm like,
all
what
the
is
bullets
happening?
coming at me, and I'm just Neo right now.
So the spell goes off, and everybody, even those in the stomach, can hear this shattering sound as reality fractures and breaks and begins to splinter outward through the dream realm.
Yes. Everybody
so
just
let's
gets like
see.
this minor feeling of like wrongness because they're not affected by the spell itself, but this is reality breaking.
Yeah.
Oh, and just so you're aware, my hit points are now reduced down to 53 because my hit point maximum was halved.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I assume that
So are
I
you
was
max
at like
health now?
I was at like 92, and since it went to 53 as my max, I'm assuming that you take the damage. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
The weird thing is, the only people who can actually see this is Corrin, Blaznir, and Tomas. But literally, there's a crack in reality starting in the center mass of where the dreamer is floating outward throughout the dream realm. Everywhere throughout reality, not only on the plane of Loroupa, but every plane that is touched by the realm of the dreams, anyone who's dreaming sees their dreams crack and fracture and splinter. And people all across reality wake up screaming in pain, blood dripping out of their nose and ears, and in this one moment, reality is so twisted and fucked.
I'm crying a little bit because what I did, even for somebody who is, you know, a chronologist like me, is kind of an abomination thing.
Now, since this is a concentration check, I'm just going to put this red dot on you.
Sure.
So we can remember that you have something concentrating.
Yep.
Okay. This is going to get weird here soon. But
And then, let's see, my speed is not reduced to 0. That's my action.
Yeah, that's your action.
So I'm gonna do that because my speed is halved, but it's not 0.
Mm-hmm. You can move back. You're still floating.
Yep. And then I don't think I have anything to do for my bonus action, so that'll be it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to go ahead and use its second legendary action to telekinetically shove you. I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. That's oh wait, I have to roll it with disadvantage, but it doesn't matter because I failed anyways.
Doesn't matter. Yep. Doesn't matter. That's a 3. You're going to go flying through the Eridan arc 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to right there. You're going to take a total of 15 points of damage. I do need the concentration check.
Sure, give me
from
just
you.
1 second.
It's just a 10.
38. And then it's a con saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. So a 24 will still do it,
Nice.
even at disadvantage. You're dealing with a master wizard. You impossibly disgusting thing.
Okay, Blaznir, you're next.
Yeah, okay. My turn. I planned out what I wanted to do, didn't I? Yes. How far away am I? I'm on my back.
You are on your back.
I'm 70 feet away. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get up off my back and just kind of dust myself off. And Corrin's looking exhausted. My friends are... I don't see them. Tomas is over there, but I think... Oh, wait, no, he's hurt a lot.
Oh yeah, he is.
Everyone's hurt a lot. But everyone's in the stomach, and I can't do anything about that.
There's only 2 of us in here. You can heal everybody else.
I mean... Can I?
I don't know.
You hear coming from deep within the bowels. We're okay. We'll be fine. Just heal everybody else.
Yeah, we're tough.
I'm not sure even
We
with a
got
30
this.
he could hear that.
Probably not.
I honestly, like, I can heal that. But
Yeah, you could heal the two of us, or you can heal Tomas, but that's about it.
You can
Oh,
move.
that's fair too.
Hey, wait,
Well-
do
No,
they
it's,
have?
it's
Does
the
it
radius
have?
won't fit.
Does it
Yeah.
have to be targets you can see?
I tried to heal Ichabod one time, like, wow, he was in his stomach and he couldn't be healed.
Okay, then. No, it's up to you what you want to do then.
Everyone's too far away.
Yeah.
Just save it.
Yeah.
Tell everybody to bunch up. I don't think it matters too much with this guy.
No, he's not throwing out very many area of effects.
Yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't want to use my 6th level on that though.
Then don't.
But I want to cast it. And it's only really useful at 6th.
He did use his reaction already to try to counterspell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he couldn't
Well,
counterspell.
I'm far enough away to not deal with that anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. I think. You know, actually. Wait. Oh, damn, that was necrotic damage he did to me.
Mhm.
Oh, but Disintegrate is force. I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, I'm gonna look at this. There's a. Okay, I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna summon draconic spirit at a 6th level.
A little Freudian
Okay.
slip there.
Yeah, I wish it was demonic. That would be fun, but it's not. And it's gonna be a gem dragon.
Cool.
Hell yeah. I like it.
I
Yeah,
need
go
a
ahead and
sheet
pop
for
that up.
this.
Is it,
Yeah.
I guess it would, what, Ruby, since you're fire-based?
Doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Really, whatever you want it to be.
What gems are? I don't even know that. Damage
Emerald, topaz, it doesn't matter.
Sapphire,
Yeah.
I've seen a
Emerald.
sapphire dragon.
Yeah, you have seen a sapphire dragon.
Yeah, but he sucks.
Which one does radiant damage?
None. They usually do force damage most of the time as gem dragons.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm just looking at the resistance thing on here, so.
Do obsidian dragon, and he has lava breath.
Is this the sheet for it? I guess. Anyway, yeah. Okay.
You need me to pull it out for you?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, let me find it.
I have it on my, and another tab is just,
Yeah, let's see, range 60 feet.
So yeah, if you make it gem, it would have resistance to necrotic, and so would you,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
awesome.
I was trying to decide because force is good, necrotic is good. It hasn't been doing psychic damage, was what I thought it'd be
Wait, do
doing.
you only get to pick one?
Yeah, I get to pick one.
Oh, you get to pick one. Yeah, it's just resistant to all of them. Never mind.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's resistant to all of them. I want to be resistant to something.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
Okay, well, you've got access to the Draconic Spirit sheet now.
Sorry.
I'd go with necrotic, but it's up to you. Because necrotic is
Uh,
the one that can disintegrate you.
No, it's forces. I thought it
Force
was
is
forces.
disintegration, but necrotic is the death ray.
Well,
I think
that's
I'm gonna do.
basically the same thing.
Well, I think disintegration would do more.
Oh, I don't know.
But it's awesome. It's probably not the disintegrate spell. So. This is the conundrum
This is
I'm in right now.
Pick one and
I'm
go
gonna
with it,
do-
bruh.
I'm going to do force damage. I'm going to give myself resistance to force damage,
Nice.
Okay.
and Yeah. Is that 60 feet away from me? That's 65.
A little advanced. Yeah, pull it back a little bit.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, well, it moves on your turn.
Yeah. So that was action. Bonus action. Cayenne is gonna make a flame seed attack.
Go Cayenne.
Do it. 27.
Nice.
8 points of fire.
Hey, hits.
Yay.
Alright.
Finish him.
That's
Good
And,
job, Cayenne.
Draconic Spirit's gonna move forward, and it does 3 rend attacks and a breath weapon attack. So,
Cool.
just I don't want to have to input all of this to this new thing. It's a plus 10 to hit because modifier to hit, roll damage or roll to hit. 14 misses, 18 probably misses, 20
Misses.
20 misses.
Yeah, misses. 20 misses.
All right, that was fun. And yeah, it has to make a breath. It's gonna make a breath weapon. So,
Breath weapon attack. That's a dex saving throw.
dex save against. What was my 18? 18, yeah.
Okay.
And
Should not have been at advantage. It's rolled a 14. That is a failure.
well, it takes. I think it already rolled it. 5.
Well,
It did.
that's the
5 points of
average.
damage.
5 points.
Oh no,
of,
it did roll it.
Yeah, 5 points of force
Yes, it did
damage.
roll.
Mhm.
And it does seem to take the damage.
Cool.
And yeah, that was disappointing. But I have 10 feet of movement, so 5, 10.
You tried.
there.
Okay.
Okay.
You are still within the cone. You're still floating.
It's fine. That's the end of my turn.
At the end of your turn, the beholder or the dreamer is going to be using one of its eye rays at you as its third bonus action, or not bonus action,
Legendary.
action. So roll a d10.
D10. 4.
Hey, something different. Roll another dexterity saving throw.
Why?
To see if you're slowed or not.
4.
That is a failure.
Yeah,
You
really?
now have the slow condition on
Wait,
you.
really?
So I'll put this little snail right now. Let's see. Your speed is halved for 1 minute. In addition, you can't take reactions, and you can either take an action or a bonus action on your turn, not both.
Uh-huh. Alright. So sad.
You can also make the save again at the end of each of your turn. So don't forget about that.
Okay.
Next up is the lair action. So I'm going to need Corrin, Blaznir, Cayenne, and the elemental spirit to make dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
Dex save 10 from Draconic Spirit.
Got a 15, but if that's a failure, then I'll use the Bardic Inspo.
It is a failure.
Okay.
Alright.
So 19, good enough?
19 just saves.
Hell yeah.
All of my people fail.
All of your people fail. Roll me a d8.
Okay.
Hey, I'm one of your people, and I didn't fail. So not all of your people failed.
All of the people I control fail. 4.
Okay, 4. All of you take 13 points of necrotic damage.
Product. Alright. Elemental or dragon has resistance, so that'd be 6.
7, 6, yeah. 6.
Round down or round up?
I'm down.
Down.
Round down.
Oh, and I need to make a save. Okay, I'm good.
I think you have to.
It's-
Let's take a look at that again.
It's resistant to all of them. I choose which one I'm resistant to.
Yeah.
when you summon a dragon,
Wait, they get
choose
all
one.
of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, when,
Damn.
when I summon a dragon, choose one of its damage resistances.
No, you're right. Okay. So yeah, you're good to go. Okay, but yeah. That's it for the layer action. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Oh, I thought you said something.
I just said yeah.
Okay. So after the layer action is Tomas's turn. He's just gonna start. The fireball didn't work too well for him. I think the first thing he's gonna do is, as a bonus action, he's gonna drink a. He has one superior potion of healing. He's gonna go ahead and use that. So 5d4 plus 5. 15 points of healing.
Nice.
Cool.
He needed that. That was his bonus action. As his action, he is going to be stabbing Trice with that magical spear of his. That's a 29 and a 30, both hit. 11 and 5, 16 points total.
So, Tomas, how does this look? No.
You look pretty shitty.
Thanks.
None of us look that great, bud.
At least you're not blind.
That's it for Tomas's turn. And so I think the Dreamer's going to go ahead and use his last legendary action. Who did more damage?
Tomas or Blaznir.
Yeah. Feels like I'm going to roll a d4. 1 and 2 is Tomas, 3 and 4 is Blaznir. Tomas, roll me a d8, or a d10, I mean. He rolled a fucking 9 again. Lovely.
Oh my god.
Disintegration.
It's like this destiny to be disintegrated.
Seriously.
Can't run from fate.
Oh, 18. That is a failure. I'm going to go ahead and use his second luck point to re-roll that.
No.
Fuck.
Hey, can I use my reaction to chronal shift that? Oh wait, no, he's not within 30 feet. Never mind.
Oh no, he's not? Okay, then no.
Oh.
So, let's see.
We knew we might not all get out of this alive.
We didn't have to lose the best one of us.
What do you mean? Cayenne's still alive right over there.
Oh yeah, he is.
So, you all watch as this eye ray just peeks up out of the mist, focusing on Tomas. A burning energy ray comes shooting forward, hitting Tomas square in the chest as he's trying to dodge out of the way. And Tomas, your friend, the halfling, is disintegrated.
Rip.
Hey, don't think of it as Tomas dying. Think of it as a chance for Tomas to become tall.
If we get out of here.
That's what happened to me.
Well, right now he is just a pile of dust, and there's a shit ton of weapons and stuff right there on the ground next to him. He's
I'm blissfully unaware.
You have no clue.
Yeah.
But that's effectively brought him out of battle.
Yep.
Ichabod, you're up.
Oh boy, how exciting. I think I am going to attempt another escape. I'm gonna try.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's not a spell.
This is just normal. So annoying. Bonus action. Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon.
Crit! Nat
Hey.
Nice.
20! I could have used that, but you know, whatever. Oh my god, ignore all those extras.
Yeah. 13 points of force damage.
Yeah.
Oops.
I did a
didn't
little.
scroll that far
a little
out. Sorry about
something.
that. Yeah. Is that it for your turn?
I think it's gonna have to be. I just don't think it's worth it to action surge at this point.
Okay.
Matt,
Yes.
I request permission to roll for my own spell.
The D10. For
What?
The
for what he
D10.
does.
Oh.
Well, we gotta see if he uses a legendary action, I guess.
Well, he's already used his 4
Oh,
legendary actions.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's not it. But the
because it's
next
the
up
start
is
of his
the
turn.
Dreamer's turn.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you want to, you can
Hell
go
yeah.
ahead and roll.
2. Visions of the Far Realm. The target takes 6d12 psychic damage, and it is stunned until the end of the turn.
Wow.
Let's do this. 6d12. 45. Now he is going to take half of that because he's resistant, so it'll be 22 psychic damage.
22 points of... And you said he is stunned?
Stunned.
It's not paralyzed, it's specifically stunned?
It is specifically stunned.
Okay. So, he does take half of the psychic damage. That is 23 or 22 points of
Yeah.
damage. And you all watch as the Dreamer just suddenly freezes in place and is unable to move. Let me just re-look at stunned real quick.
Can't move, can speak only falteringly, automatically fails strength and dex saving throws, and attacks against him have advantage.
Mm.
Let's see, incapacitated.
I'll go ahead and roll our acid damage. 66.
And I'm going to go... yeah, 66. Go for it.
18.
18 for you and Elegy. And I'm going to say that because he's stunned, he cannot use his legendary actions, because
Cool.
incapacitated means you can't do actions or reactions.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. That's the end of the Dreamer's turn. I'm going to go ahead and add his stunned condition little icon right there. Ugh, that sucks. He can't do his attacks.
That's an 8th level spell for you.
Yeah, no, that's a 9th level spell for you. That came in clutch.
Yeah, it did.
Elegy, you're next.
So since I've got technically advantage, that means I get normal, right?
Correct.
Nice. Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me look at something real quick.
Please.
Let him look.
So here's the thing, Elegy. The moment the Dreamer became stunned and froze, the entire time you've been feeling like this constriction all around your body as its stomach has been slowly digesting you. But the moment it becomes stunned, like, you just feel all the musculature inside of it just relax. You're no longer technically grappled.
Oh, you could get out.
Oh.
You'd have to move to get out, but you could get out.
Mm-hmm.
But that would that take an action to get out, or do I get out and get all my action and bonus action to attack him?
Well,
You should attack
you're-
first. Because he has a lower AC in here.
Yeah, because when you're grappled, it specifically says the condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated, which
Oh,
the Dreamer
hell
is
yeah.
because he's stunned.
Cool.
So I'm going to say that these are just going to be normal hits if you want to attack, but then you could then use your movement to climb out.
Okay, I'm gonna attack and then get out of him. So
If you're no longer grappled, don't you get the advantage for him being stunned? Because we no longer have disadvantage.
I mean, you're
Try to
still
judge
inside
that
of
based
him.
on- yeah, you're still inside it. It's still like a cramped quarters.
Yeah.
So like you don't have your full range of motion just for the simple fact that you're inside something's stomach.
Okay.
So then here's the thing: can I move out and then also still get my full attack and bonus action and all that?
Yes, you're gonna use your full movement to climb out of its mouth.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
once you're on the ground, you can then go and attack it, and you would get the advantage from the stun.
So it's either
Okay.
lower DC without advantage or higher DC with advantage.
With
Yes.
it, correct.
Yeah, and then you also get out. Well, you can get out either way.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and climb out so I get my
Okay.
advantage. So I do that. I'm fine with using up all my movement.
Okay.
All right.
You use all your movement climbing your way up the esophagus, and you see that mouth. You're able to push it open and tumble your way out. You land on your feet, and you're on the ground in front of it.
Okay, so there's my first with advantage.
32 is definitely going to hit.
There. Here's number 2.
Don't you want a hand of harm?
That's not with my quarterstaff, not yet.
Oh, okay.
So there's that. And then 22. Ooh, and another.
Nice. Now you hand of harm.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna do clickety there, and that much damage.
Okay, that last hit, you punch and you shove through that hand of harm. The necrotic damage, did it?
Double.
It did not double it, which it should have. Roll me another d6, and we're going to add that on top.
4.
Okay. So the necrotic damage does burn through this creature, but you do notice that it does seem to resist that. You don't know why this is, but Blaznir and Corrin might. I will also say that as you're looking at this creature, it looks severely, severely hurt.
Ooh. Is it my turn?
Nice. And that's it for me.
I was going to end the session here because it's 6 o'clock.
I think I can do it.
Let's see if you can.
I
Doing
can do
one
it.
more round then? See what happens.
Alright, so since he can't use reactions, and thus can't counterspell, I'm casting Gravity Fissure, which is 5 foot wide and 100 foot long. So let me...
Is that going to hit Elegy?
not if I position it correctly. What's the... Let me fucking...
What about Ichabod, though?
He's got total
Ichabod's
cover
inside.
because he's inside. How do I move the...
Yeah.
How do I rotate it?
If you click on the thing, there's this little...
Got it.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah, I got it. Give me a second. So I can basically just do something like this and hit him just fine if I can move like the 5 feet or whatever.
Well, you position it where you think you need it to be, and then let me know.
Sure, we'll just go with there. And then it's a line, it's con saving throw.
Elegy is within 10 feet of it, so
Oh.
he needs to make that con saving
Okay.
throw as well.
Unless you scooch it over just a smidgen.
Yeah, I honestly, just the way the spell works, I don't think there's any way to hit the Dreamer and not hit Elegy.
Okay.
Well,
Well.
Spirit needs to make a save as well.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it.
Elegy, give me that con saving throw.
She got
so-
a Oh wait, no, that was
That'd be-
Blaznir. 26. Cool.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So, can I just say I use that and take that
Yeah.
26?
I'm gonna allow it.
Because to be fair, I would have done that.
Yeah, no, I will allow you to use that. Let's see. The Dreamer is he rolled a 19,
Okay.
so
So,
that is a success.
yep, so 15 points of force damage.
15 points of force damage.
Jeez, I must have rolled really low.
15 halved would be 7.
What? No.
Mhm.
He's resistant to force damage?
Probably
My
for
drunk
No.
spirit.
Oh, yeah, the dragon spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, the Dreamer better not
You
be.
did roll pretty low. On
Dreamer
on
better
the
not be
damage
resistant. Yeah.
there.
Well,
Not this time around.
it auto rolled for me, so whatever.
Yeah. Okay. That's your action. It is still alive.
Damn it. I think that's all I can do, because my bonus action isn't going to matter, and I moved for the spell. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Should have rolled that shit myself.
Blaznir, you're up next.
Yes, it is my turn, but I am very slow, so I'm living like
You are
5
very slow.
This
I'm
doesn't
living, like,
count,
6
I just want to
seconds
see.
in the past.
Only 1 point. It wouldn't have mattered.
Let's see.
So you can only take an action or a bonus action. You cannot do both.
Okay, well, I think my action is going to be Scorching Ray at 7th level. If I can do that. So that
Oh, you lost the force of nature thing. So let me pop that off.
Force of Nature. Oh, the
Whatever your nature
Your
thing that
buff
you're
spell.
concentrating on, you lost that a while ago. I just forgot to
Right.
take off the
Draconic
concentrate.
Spirit is concentration. So
Oh, okay,
yeah, I thought that was what that was for, honestly.
gotcha. No, that's fine.
But yeah, Scorching Ray at 7th, and so that'll be 8 attacks, I believe.
hmm
19 misses, 26 hits, 15 misses, 24 hits, 15 misses, 12 misses, 13 misses, 27 hits. I think that was 8. 1, 2,
That's 3 hits.
4, 5, 6, 7.
He
8.
loves
Okay,
me.
3
He
hits.
loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not.
I believe that's 66 points of fire damage. plus
Yeah, because
8.
3.
So, ooh, that's pretty
Good roll.
24 plus a d8. 26 points of fire damage.
Blaznir,
How does this look?
how does this look?
Yay! So, it's much slower than the first time, and only 3 of them hit. So it's a lot less cool. But again, Gundam rays come out, shooting out of his hands, and just kind of converge onto the Dreamer, and just slamming into the center. Popping whatever eyes it can. Only
I like
3 of them.
The idea that he's trying to, swerve to avoid all these rays, so he inadvertently puts his central eye right there for, the perfect shot.
Yeah, and the rays are just, like Blaznir, just a lot slower as they converge. But also, he's stunned, so
hmm Indeed.
And also,
And you hit this.
I think Kyan.
Go ahead.
I think Kyan would go in for a little. Actually, no, I don't have a bonus action, so he can't. Never mind.
He's dead. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. In that last moment, Kyan flies up and just sends that little shot of fire right into the dreamer's face, hitting him right in the eye. The eye closes, the thing screeches in pain as reality just seems to shatter and crack around all of you. And the thing falls down to the ground, landing in that shattered mass of nothing, and seems to just be pulled into it.
Ichabod, no!
The dreamer, the dreamer is just being sucked into a literal black hole of nothingness as reality is just shredding his body, almost like a blender.
I'm getting
in the last moment. Yeah, like as this is happening, Ichabod, you're still inside and you're feeling the body close.
I'm scrambling
on you. You're scrambling, trying to climb to get out.
I do have something. Can I grab one of the immovable rods and just put it in the air and click the button, and then it gets ripped off around me, and I'm stuck in the air.
I love it. Heck yeah. You grab that immovable rod, click it, hold on for dear life as this thing is just being pulled away from you. Your eyes open as the mouth kind of goes away, and you just see the dreamer being pulled almost like water going down a drain into black nothingness. And then that nothingness seems to catch on to all of you all. And that's where we're going to end things for this evening.
And as the body's going down the drain, so to speak, I like reach my hand out desperately before I see Ichabod, on the pole.
I'm just like in the air, so I need you to like get me down.
Absolutely. Well done, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to wrap things up next Monday.
Yay.
Bittersweet.
Bittersweet indeed.
In peace.
But we'll find out what happens in 1 week for the conclusion of the Debauchery Circus campaign. So, thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Come back next Monday, 1 week from today, where we find out where these stories converge and what happens beyond as the dreamer is sucked away into nothingness, the broken reality that Corrin has created. It's going to be interesting, at least. So, yeah, why not? Go ahead and love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I get anything interesting.
I get another feat.
Heck yeah. Well, everybody, it's been a hell of a battle. I hope you had a lot of fun with that. I kind of edged you right towards the very end, which was great. Thank you to everyone who watched once again. And on behalf of everyone here in the Debauchery Circus and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say thank you, folks. It's been a delight.
Mm-hmm.
So long. Good luck. And until next time, stay debaucherous. Good night.
Bye.